Shalom, I want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, HaRakakodash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth. Also want to acknowledge all the Akim who are pushing this truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth, alright? Shalom. So the spirit, well, it was just in Deuteronomy 4, but, I wanted to keep on going, so I'm going to jump in Deuteronomy 7. It says, when Yahweh thy power shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and hath cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, the Girgashites, the Amorites, the Canaanites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. And when Yahweh thy power shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. Alright, so Renaissance Christians can't wrap their head around that verse, Because even though they see wickedness right before them with Esau Edom, they don't see that this is what Esau Edom does. He smites other nations. He destroys other nations. He pushes his democracy. You know what I'm saying? He dwelleth on many waters, the scriptures say, Meaning he's in everyone's business. Well, see, that's what we were supposed to be. We were supposed to destroy the nations, alright? Not show them mercy, That's what it says in verse 2. We're not supposed to show them mercy. We were supposed to. Now Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is going to do the job, since we didn't do it, So let me read 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. See, and this is during the time before we were scattered. This is when we were still all one nation, Now that we're scattered, the heathen can be concubines. If you're an Israelite woman, you shouldn't be dealing with a heathen man. But that's one of the things that makes this truth so hard for Israelite women, because a lot of these Israelite women, they like the Edomites, They like the heathen, not knowing that, when they have a child from a heathen, well, that baby's going to be a heathen, You got to have a child from an Israelite for your child to be, special unto Yahweh. The other nations are not special to him, as we're about to read on. See, now, we tell you, you don't want to marry a heathen woman, But now we've been scattered, And it's really not that the laws change, but it's concubines, So we'll read verse 4. For they will turn away but this is why Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai was telling our people to stick to each other, right? Because even King Solomon, in all his greatness, he was guilty of this sin, which I'm reading. Verse 4. For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods, other powers. So will the anger of Yahweh be kindled against you, and destroy thee suddenly. All right, and this all came to pass. We got destroyed as a nation. We ended up getting scattered among all the nations. You see, and why? It's because we were doing all these wicked things. Because there's plenty of accounts when the Israelite men took on heathen women in the scriptures. You had Samson did it. King Solomon did it. See, but the problem with King Solomon is that this is what happened. They turned away Solomon from Yahweh. All right. Let me see if I can get that account. Look that up real quick. Let me see if it might be in First Kings. Let me see if that's the one I'm looking for. First Kings. Let me see. No, that ain't it. Let me go into the Kings in my scripture really quick. Slakia. Alright, so that's how the Spirit works. I was gonna go look for the account of Solomon going off, right, and setting up altars to the pagan heathen gods on behalf of the women that he was dealing with. But through the Spirit, I went right to the other account that I was talking about, Samson. All right, so let's go to Samson and show you his example of him taking on a heathen woman. All right, it says, and Samson went down to Timnath and saw a woman in Timnath of the daughters of the Philistines. All right, we just read that. You know, the Canaanites are the Philistines, so we weren't supposed to take daughters from them. So let me keep reading. And he came up and told his father and his mother, and said, I have seen a woman in Timnath of the daughters of the Philistines. Now thou therefore get her for me to wife. So he told his parents, hey, I seen this Canaanite Philistine woman, and I'm kind of digging her. I want her to be my wife. And what did his parents say? Then his father and his mother said unto him, is there never a woman among the daughters of thy brethren, or among all my people, that thou goest to take a wife of the uncircumcised Philistines? And Samson said unto his father, get her for me, for she pleaseth me well. So he was all about this woman. He wanted to, Samson wasn't trying to hear the advice of his father. They're telling him, and sometimes in the world that happens, right? You have a woman you want to deal with in your family, they don't like her, or she don't get along with your family, they don't get along with her, but yet you want the woman. So brothers can relate to this, man, and I know it's it happens all the time, because that's the nature of this world. The mothers-in-laws and the daughter-in-laws, they usually ain't too fond of each other. It's the way Yahweh Bashem Yahushua set it up, man. Remember, trouble in thy flesh. You have a woman, you're gonna have trouble in the flesh. Especially in this truth. Because they're the weaker vessel, and Satan knows they're the weaker vessel. So guess what? He knows who we are. These demons know who we are, and these demons will jump on our women. As far as like spiritually. Your woman will have a demon on her. She'll be mad as hell for you won't even know why. You see? She'll be good in a good ass mood at 10 o'clock in the morning. By 12, by noon, and she got a demon on her. And then again by 4 o'clock p.m., and now she's being sweet again. It's crazy, man, the way these demons jump on these women. But anyway, let's keep reading, because there was a reason why the Lord made Samson be fond of this Philistine woman. It says, verse 4, but his father and his mother knew not that it was of Yahweh that he sought an occasion against the Philistines, for at that time the Philistines had dominion over Israel. Alright, so it was going to be because of, Yahweh was going to use it as an occasion to fuck the Philistines up. And that's, I'm not going to go into the story of Samson, but that's what happened. The Philistines were above us, ruling over us, and the Most High used that woman and Samson for an occasion against the Philistines. All right, so now we're in Babylon, America, where we've been scattered I mean, come on. There's nothing but heathen women around you. If you're a single brother, you may have a heathen woman that dwells with you, and you're not sinning in that sense. So let me go back to Deuteronomy 7. Deuteronomy 7 and 4. For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other powers or other gods. So will the anger of Yahweh be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly. So really, that's the main reason not to be with a heathen woman, or even an Israelite woman, because you so-called black, Latino, and Native American women, they're in all kind of different philosophies here in Babylon. Some of these bitches, they want to, all into the horoscopes and the zodiac and all kinds of different madness these women follow. Scientology, even Christianity is a heavy demon, obviously, on these women, So, this is what it is, man. Some of these men aren't cut out for this truth. And if you get with a woman who's, basically serving different philosophies and different gods and whatnot, these men are weak as hell for these women. A lot of these Babylonian men, they can't, the woman says, hey, we're going to go to the Christian church this Sunday. And there he is right there following her along just for the box, 'Cause that's how much he wants that box. He's going to go to a Christian church. Or even like Christmas is this, I think it's this week coming up, You're going to have men who are pushing this truth, and they're going to end up going with their woman to the fucking Christmas celebration, That's another example, You can't be doing that, and, with all this captivity and confusion around us, you see that the devil, he's always trying to tempt, Don't be surprised if you brothers get called to be invited to your uncles, your aunts, your moms, your pops, whoever it is that hasn't came into this fold, and they're trying to get you to go to their Christmas dinner or whatever, Verse 5. But thus shall ye deal with them. Ye shall destroy their altars, and break down their images, and cut down their groves, and burn their graven images with fire. Alright? So that's what we were supposed to do way back in Deuteronomy, But that's what Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai is going to do when he delivers us from Babylon, America. He's going to destroy their altars, burn their graven images. He's going to cast all that out. Alright? Verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto Yahweh thy power, and Yahweh thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above, not equal, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Alright, that verse right there is way too heavy for a 2/3. That verse right there will break a 2/3 fucking back. Let me read it again. Deuteronomy 7 and 6. For thou art an holy people unto Yahweh thy power, and Yahweh thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all the people that are upon the face of the earth. So you can't get around that, man. The Israelites are above the other people. Alright, that's why we're the best in all the sports. That's why we're the best at cooking. That's why we're the best at dancing, making love, you name it. We're the best. You see? Verse 7. Yahweh did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because ye were more in number than any people, for ye were the fewest of all people. So we were the fewest but that's even changed. Now we're innumerable. All right, the scripture speaks about us being innumerable. America Babylon census is designed to keep track of the number of Israelites here. All right, that's why they count the people. Which you're not even supposed to count the people. That's a sin against Yahweh's wishes and His laws. You're not supposed to keep a census unless He's the one who asks you to keep a census, like He did with Moses. In Numbers, the book of Numbers. But anyway, verse 8. But because Yahweh loved you, and because He would keep the oath which He had sworn unto your fathers, He hath Yahweh brought you out with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen, and from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. All right. So the modern king and modern Pharaoh is the president of the United States. So, like I say all the time, He's going to deliver us from spiritual Egypt as well. All right. Verse 9. Know therefore that Yahweh thy power, He is power, and the faithful power, which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love Him, and keep His commandments to 1,000 generations. All right, so really that means forever. He keeps His covenant and mercy with the ones that love Him. All right, if you're coming in a spirit of Renaissance Christianity, a spirit of Jesus Christ, the spirit of Cesare Borgia, you're not going to have mercy. All right. The ones that love Him are the ones who are keeping His word, standing stiff for His testimonies, according to how it is written. All right. Let me get that real quick. Let me see. See if I can find it. Yeah, let's go there. So we'll go to, let me see, John 7:38. John 7:38 is what it is. Let me. It says, this is Yahweh Shai talking. John 7:38. He that believeth on me, as the scripture hath said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. So, who are the ones that believe Yahweh Shai as the scriptures hath said? It's the Israelites, all right? Because the rest, the 2/3, the Gentiles, the heathen, the Edomites, they don't believe on Yahweh Shai as it is, as Scripture hath said. Because what does the Scripture say? Let's get it. Let's see if this is the image or the description that they're believing on. This is the description of Yahweh Shai in Revelation, right? That's what Revelation is, the revelation of Yahweh Shai, all right? Because why? We're revealed, Yahweh Shai is revealed unto us in this chapter, in this book, all right? That's what Revelation is. It's the revelation of Yahweh Shai, all right? And the destruction, right? The prophecies. So let's read it, and let's see if the Christians believe as the scriptures hath said. Revelation 1:14, it says, his head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters. All right, so they believe in Cesare Borgia. They believe in white Jesus. This is describing a man with woolly hair and skin. His feet, right, is his skin, which is fine brass burned in a furnace. So now let's go back to John 7:38. He that believeth on me, as the scripture hath said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. So you see the scriptures that we're teaching, the lessons that we're doing, the camps that we're holding. We're teaching these scriptures the way the scriptures hath said. We're not like the Renaissance Christians. We're not like the Edomites teaching you a fucking lie, man. Having a fucking white guy, a skinny, anorexic white guy hanging from a cross. No, we're telling you as the scriptures hath said. We just read what the scriptures said about Yahushai, about Messiah, our Hamashiach, right? So, you tell me who's telling you the truth. Go to Deuteronomy, back to 7 and... That's who the mercy's going to be for, man. That's who loves him. So Deuteronomy 7 and I'm at 10 now. And repayeth them that hate him to their face to destroy them. He will not slack to him that hateth him. He will repay him to his face. And he starts out, how is Yahweh Hashem Yahushai repaying him to his face? It starts out with us here in Babylon telling the Edomites right in his own backyard that he's the damn devil, right? So that's what it is. 11. Thou shalt therefore keep the commandments and the statutes and the judgments which I commanded thee this day to do them. So that's why it's important for us to keep the laws, all right? And he will love thee. Where am I? I'm going to jump to 13. And he will love thee and bless thee and multiply thee. He will also bless the fruit of thy womb and the fruit of thy land, thy corn and thy wine and thine oil, and increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep in the land which he sware unto thy fathers to give thee. And that's got a lot of meat in that scripture because it's a lot of metaphors. The wine is talking with the philosophies. The oil is the wisdom. The increase of thy kind is the increase of our people. The flocks of the sheep, hey, that's the men teaching the truth. See? So he's multiplying the Israelites. And that's why Edom has a problem, because the Israelites, we multiply faster than any other nation. That's why he wants to put that CHIP in you. Let's see, verse 14. Thou shalt be blessed above all people. There shall not be male or female barren among you or among your cattle. See? So that's what's in store for us, but we stumbled. So we're not dealing with that right now, but we're above all the people of the earth, man. There's no such thing as God created all men equal, which that's a total lie, Let's read 16. And thou shalt consume all the people which Yahweh thy power shall deliver thee. Thine eyes shall have no pity upon them, neither shalt thou serve their gods, for that will be a snare unto thee. See? So these different philosophies, the different churches, if it's not Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, it's a snare or a trap to you. Alright? But only the 1/3, only the elect are going to be able to discern this. Alright? So I'm going to go ahead and close out on that. I want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahushai Ba'Hashem, Ha-Rekak-Wadash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth. Also want to acknowledge all the Akyam who are pushing this truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom to the elect.